2 and 1.
We're live. Welcome in, everybody.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm
Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello.
Hey, here we go. Sorry.
Hello.
Hey, sorry. Sugar Rush, Sazzle, Belial.
Hi.
Excuse me. Sarcastic.
Hello.
Lumberjack, Chris, you're late. No,
I'm late.
we're both late.
We're going to blame Gabe.
No, we
Yeah.
don't need to
You know
blame
why?
Gabe.
I have a good reason.
Oh, it's his brother?
It's his brother.
Oh.
So we
Blame the-
blame Gabe because it was Gabe's brother that caused me to be late.
Chris got a haircut. No, I just have a hat, and I was sweating outside because we have no longer have cold season in Arizona.
Oh my god.
It is gone
dude.
for good.
We sat on the patio at lunch. So
This
we
is
do a anniversary lunch with everybody here at the company, and on an individual basis. And you get to, what do we call it? Plus one? No, skip one. You skip one. Your manager's manager takes you on your anniversary lunch. Okay,
Yeah.
is the way it works. Unless you report directly to me like Chris does, because then there is no other manager.
This is it.
So you get to go with me anyway. You're forced. So today we had one of those, and we were out on the patio. Holy balls, it was hot.
Yeah, it is upon us now. It
Thought
is
patio would
upon
be
us.
a good idea, and then it was hot, and it was not a good idea.
Oh boy. Hey, Ghost Hunter, thank you so much for that sub. Lumberjack, it's snowing there. That is literally the exact opposite of
Isn't
here.
that insane?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
how do you have snow and it's like 100 degrees?
I
here?
typically have my hat on. That's why I look so like a crazy man.
Not quite 100 degrees. It sure feels like 100.
Next week it's 90.
That's
We're done.
insanity. They said that we are going to hit record highs for this time of year.
No. No.
I'm not interested in that, Chris. I don't pay taxes to have this kind of weather. I'm just going to lay it out there. I'm calling my congressperson,
Yeah.
and I'm complaining, and I'm going to pay all of my taxes into escrow from now on.
Yeah.
That until they figure out how to fix all this,
Into
they don't get my
escrow.
money. It goes to an escrow account.
It is 90 right now.
And
It is 90.
I get the interest payment from the escrow account. So this is my whole ploy. You think they'll go for it?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Oh, man. I
I
put
don't
so much
think
effort
so.
into this, too. How we doing, chat?
How we all doing?
How's life?
Plum Crunchy, Wad, Jimmy the Saint, Lumberjack, Plum Crunchy, That Chai Cat, Sugar Rush, Sigavax,
Wait, did you just say Jimmy the Saint is here?
Jimmy the Saint.
He collects debts, Chris.
Oh,
That's what Jimmy does.
I don't know what that is.
We need to maybe rethink this whole thing. What have we done?
Mr. Pink, howdy. It's hot as bleep in California. Yep, we've hit the time. It's time. Heat wave in Southern Cal.
We're not in Southern Cal.
That's what Odin Kane just said.
But we're not in Southern.
Happy Friday Eve, says One Snake. Happy Friday Eve. It was 88 here yesterday and snow today. What? I don't. That's just.
I will have you know
That's just odd.
that our freaking company has taken.
Our freaking company.
Our
as in
freaking company
as in
has taken.
monument?
Our freaking company has taken to saying that
No.
it's Friday on Thursday
Not-
because those bastages all get a 3-day weekend except for me and Chris.
Not in the church.
Literally,
of
me and Chris are the
Monument
only ones that
Studios.
work on Friday anymore. I don't know how I feel about that, Chris.
Not in the Church of Monument Studios. Oh.
Oh, I like that. The,
It's 100 in my car here in Orange County today. Coming your way, Christmas sushi. I know. Yikes. It is. No more talking about the weather. We're done with that business. 1 second. This is a painting stream. We're painting up some Legion
This
today.
is not a meteorological stream.
That's right. We have many other things to talk besides the weather.
Do we, though?
I do have fans on in here moving some air around. So if
We
you hear a
do.
little buzz,
We
that's what
do.
it is.
That's-
It's not my drink.
Wait, what?
I have a nice tea today in my my little bottle here.
Uh-huh. And?
It's delicious.
Is
It's
it
called...
caffeinated?
No. It's called Good Earth.
I'm worried for us all.
Chat. It's a light tea. It's like sweet and spicy.
I'm worried for us all, chat.
Randy 4 says, "I'm a fan of you, Chris." Hey, I'm a fan of you too. I'm a fan of all of you. I get it because I get what you said because I said there are fans going.
Oh, I didn't get that part.
You get it?
I didn't get it.
You get it?
I get it now. I did not get it then. When it was relevant? No. Totally missed it. Spaced. Lost on me. Now I get it. Now I understand. Cramming for the exam here still.
Yes, and we're using the OneStep today.
Every day.
Everything is OneStep on these guys, correct, Jason?
100% except for the primer.
Except for the primer. This is the dark green brown.
Dark green brown.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Going to paint some fell bats tonight. Okay, of course, using some Monument transparent paints. Nice. Kenneth Red, what's going on?
I approve.
Kenneth says, "I want to start playing Star Wars Legion. The minis look great."
They're really good. This round of minis is spectacular.
Oh, you're gonna do. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with Republic Army with lots of Wookiees and Yoda. That sounds dope, actually. Jason's got some Wookiees.
We painted the Wookiees first, so I think I have to build more Wookiees. Don't I have more?
You have one. You have like 3 or 4 you need to build.
Oh, right, because we don't get to use all. Like a squad is only like 5, and we built like 7 or something.
Well, yes, I don't think it matters. I think you have enough, but they don't have the right
They're not what
weapons.
you see is what you get.
Yeah,
I don't care about that stuff.
I think you do need a little bit more, though.
I think I need 1 or 2 more because I think they're in squads of 5, and I don't have 10, and I think I have to have 2 squads. I think I have another squad of commandos too. So which are these guys?
Lumberjack says, "Monument Hobbies. My friend Nick is saying that because you never make contrast style paints and now you've made OneStep, the next you're going to do is make markers."
Nope.
What do you say about that, Jason?
Nah.
Here's what I say to your friend.
Nah.
How about
I mean,
no?
you've learned with us, never say never, but markers are a real far cry from anything that I have any interest in. It is not a good tool.
Where's the love?
It's a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. Brushes will always be better than markers. If you cannot control a brush, then I'm not really sure what the marker helps you with because it can't get into all the areas a brush can.
Kind of takes the joy away from it.
I don't know that it's about joy because if you're painting models, you can have joy no matter what. But the tool itself is just, it's like, hey, I can hammer a nail with the butt end of a screwdriver,
Bing, bing, bing.
But I'm not going to enjoy the process. It's not going to turn out as well no matter what I do. So no, I'm not a fan. You know, that is not a new product. That product's been around forever. Paint pens, acrylic paint pens work great for doing flat surfaces. So I love using them on skateboards and things like that. But nah, for painting models with details in hard to reach areas, nah. Not a thing for me. Big naysayer of that. Just because a bunch of people have gone to China and bought cheap product and made them very expensive. Number one, you don't get near the I mean, I just look at the price. I could rail all day on this, and I don't want to because I don't want to be.
Hey,
I don't want to be negative towards the competition, but look at the value. Look at what you pay for. You're not getting hardly any paint in those things. They won't be usable very long, and look at the price. So,
hey, thank you so much.
Buy brushes, paint models, old school.
Yep. Jeff, I spent a lot of time talking to my local store about carrying Monument. Nice. Have them contact support and tell them that you sent us.
We have a whole deal right now. We've already had quite a few stores chime in on the referral program, and that means there's a lot of people out there that are getting $200 gift cards for their store to spend on monument stuff. You get $200 worth of monument stuff if you go get us a store, and they place an opening order. And there's already quite a few of those in there. Over half a dozen or so stores in the U.S. that have opened up. We got a bunch in Europe and Canada too that we haven't processed yet, but a lot going on. So
Kathy
thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate that. But make sure you tell them that.
That's a big deal.
Yep, you got to remind them. Kathy Pirate, having really never used speed/contrast paints, what would be a good methodology for green reptile skin using OneStep? You know what? I'm super excited to use it with the expert acrylics after Jason's example.
Yeah, right.
Really? What would you do for a green reptile skin?
Well, I mean, with the colors that we're coming out with the first 12, we have dark green and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And so mixing the dark green and the yellow around to get you what you need would be your best bet. And it's just find that color. There, green reptile skin can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. So you could mix in the blue, you could mix in the the color that we have here with the graphite green.
Yeah.
In with the dark green, right? It's a little bit more of a blue green.
There we go.
So there's a lot of ability for you to play with color in and amongst just the first set. This dark green brown is a fantastic base layer for the greens. So you could do something like that and then dry brush it and then put green over the top. Right, the dark green over the top. I would play around with it, as just a straight color. You can just mix a color, right? You mix, like I said, the dark green and the yellow together would make you a good yellow green. You can play around with that. Sure, yes, sir.
I've helped you in a good way.
No, you haven't.
I put some of your texture trainer examples underneath you, right, on that little shelf, and then off to your right, which would be stage left. I have placed some Zenithal Prime texture trainers for examples whenever you are needing one. No. Even closer to your face. On the desk.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Huh?
Look at that.
How do you feel about that?
I know you want me to say I'm excited. That's the best thing ever.
That's the only thing keeping me alive.
Okay, well, Chris, thank you so much. That's a great job.
Hooray!
Tell your doctor he owes me $20.
My doctor's just glad I'm alive, so he can keep bugging our insurance company.
Well, that was the whole
to
thing.
Pay his bills.
The doctor said, "But what if it was going to be Chris dying?"
Mo, I did not prime the back. No sirree, Bob.
They're texture trainers. You don't have to prime the back, but we still give Chris crap for it.
That's right. Speaking of Pro Acryl, I would really like to get some into my city, but the problem is I don't know if they will want, and I have not so big a reach to know if I can buy some starter set blindly. Love them personally. Okay. So I would really like to get some into my city, but the problem is I do not know if they will be wanted, and I have not. Okay. Where are you from? Anir? Where are you from?
I will tell you this, our paints have been a hit everywhere we get them in the door. 100% of the time. The only stores that don't do well with our paints are stores that don't do well with any paints. Because they're not really hobby focused, right? We have stores that will start with us, do really well, and then get bought and get taken over by people that just want to sell magic cards and stuff.
Yeah.
Those typically are the only time we see any kind of issues.
No, there's one shop buying them from you all in like 100-kilometer range. Oh,
He's European.
That's okay. Where are you from?
He could be Canadian. He's talked in kilometers. So.
Are you up in Canada? Are you in the EU? Where you at?
Kilometer talk.
We do have an EU website.
Yep.
That you can give a good test for. You said you personally like them. Oh, the Czech Republic. Gotcha.
Yeah, Czech Republic.
Prague, okay.
They are, our EU managing director is already in discussion with a bunch of stores across Europe, and you'll see more and more retailers opening up over the next few months.
Yeah.
Our first 3 stores are opening up right now.
That's
that'll
awesome.
be happening in the next couple of weeks. Then Mally is over here at Adepticon, so it'll slow down for a little bit.
Yes.
And then we'll get right back to it when he gets back. Lots of cool stuff coming in Europe. We got the new display rack over there. Good stuffs. I'm excited for all of the retail stores in Europe to get.
Yeah, they won't. You won't be dissatisfied if you're a store owner with our product. You get to talk to real people. We'll make sure you're fully stocked.
You're allergic to money.
I know. I'm speaking with one of my friends that I will do a smaller order as a part of his around the end of the month. For now, I'm asking around who will want them and do the order. Nice.
Cool.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we always tell people as you're getting used to it in your city, reach out and get a group of friends together, put together a big order, save on shipping. Out of the French office to the Czech Republic isn't as bad. Our shipping partner over there with Chronopost is actually pretty good rates, in my opinion. Now, that's with my U.S. Understanding of shipping. We know we have some people over there that are like, wow, that's a lot. We don't understand what everybody's threshold of pain is, but most places in Europe for, under 12 euro, depending on the size of the order. So, Chris.
Yes.
Guess what I did last night? Oh, okay, I can't say that. Guess what happened to me last night, Chris?
What happened?
Can you guess? I said guess. So this is a thing that's a test for you. Guess what happened last night? You will not believe this, Christopher. The weirdest thing happened.
Oh, you had a good time with another friend.
No.
Didn't you go out to a special dinner?
Oh, I did have a dinner last night, yeah.
Is that what you did?
No, that was not what I was talking about. But I did go out to dinner last night.
What did you do? What happened to you?
Well, guess what happened? You have to guess. What do you think would have happened that I would have
You
to...
betray me!
I did betray you.
What'd you do?
So,
Uh-oh.
You know how we had all but one of the Conquest armies?
Oh, boy. You bought... Oh.
You know? Do you remember that? You remember how we have all the armies except one?
Yeah. Did you buy that last one?
Who wants to break it to him, chat? Who wants to break it to him?
Really quick, Steve-O, all of our bottles come with glass agitators, so you don't need to add them.
No agitators needed. They have it. We do the work for you.
And they're not metal, so they won't rust.
They're glass. And everybody that says, but stainless steel doesn't rust, you obviously do not understand metal.
So you got Dino Orcs.
I did.
What? How did you cave?
Okay.
Oh,
so,
no, you found a model you liked.
Well, I had been talking about, because somebody in chat had asked, like, what about the Scion of War? And there's a particular orc model, right?
Okay.
Or Wadroon they're called, but they're orcs, right?
Okay.
The Conquest orcs.
Yeah.
And the Scion of War, I had said, yeah, I would really love to paint that. That's a good one. And we got the big Tyrannosaurus Rex one, right? The Apex Predator limited edition one. That's in my office over there.
Nice.
But I've been reading about the First Blood rules.
Okay.
And the skirmish version.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, you can go with a lot less models. It can be like, heck, I think your Roni uses 6 models.
Wait a second. Can I just have one long neck?
You can bring a long neck.
In the new thing?
In First Blood Skirmish, you can bring one monster.
Oh,
your army at 1,000 points can bring one monster. Okay. And the points are all different, so it works out. You can bring one monster. The monsters, they've given them injured styles, kind of like, like your giants.
Yeah.
Or something,
Oh, like thresholds.
Yeah, like things happen when they're injured.
Oh, yeah.
Right, if they get wounds, then they're injured and their stats go down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So they've made it a little fun, but their monsters are definitely like a mini game in the game on how do I bring it down kind of a thing. They're brutal.
Okay.
But I looked at it and said, okay, well, there's enough of the orc models I like, because I don't like the feather jungle dinosaur stuff.
I will be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the feather ones either.
And it's really just a matter of it's not orcs to me. Yeah. They're cool, but I just wish that wasn't their orc race. If that would have been like something else, then I might be okay with it. But I like orcs being, crazy, tribal kind of warriors, but not the feather thing. Yeah. The Aztec. But it's not really Aztec either. It's just jungle. I was never a fan of jungle orcs.
Iron Jaws from AOS are my favorite style.
Iron Jaws, orcs. Like big, heavy duty, like rushy. Well, they do have some.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I pulled out the list builder because it's free, so you can go get the app and you can build a list for First Blood. And I built a list for First Blood, and I can build a list that has all the models I like in it and nothing I don't.
Oh, okay.
So
Did you
I
get
went
a
ahead
long
and
neck?
purchased the ones that I like so that I could put together a 1,000-point Wadroon list. And it includes that big apex predator Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's the only dinosaur that I'm bringing is that big
Oh, that's
bastard,
perfect. That's perfect.
Right? So I can bring that big bastard as my monster, the Scion of War, which is the model I want to paint, the I forget what they're called, the Avatars of Death, which are the female ones that are really brutal. They have they look like dancers with knives. They're like brutal.
You said I'm gonna look really quick.
Scion of War.
Chad, give me 1 sec. I do want to see these because I do like that long
Scion
neck.
of War and
I do like
something
the long
like
neck.
Avatar of War. I don't remember what the other one's called.
The long neck one is my favorite model.
You can bring all those in it, which is cool.
Ooh, that new trebuchet looks pretty dope.
It's rad.
That's actually really cool.
That's a 100 Kingdoms thing.
A trebuchet. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, Chad. I'll be right back. Looking at these models because I want to get. Okay, you said the Scion of War.
Yeah. Big brutish armored dude. And then he comes with his own like bodyguard. They're all brutes. They're all on the big bases, and you get to bring like 1 or 2 of those guys that are really cool too. Something of War and not Avatar.
Scion of Conquest. Scion of Conquest on the B. Scion of Death. Scion of War. Here we go. Let's look at this one. Oh, my. Okay. He's... Oh. Look at that hammer.
Yeah, he's no joke.
Oh, that's a cool model. Yeah, that's more like it. Right?
Yeah, so I can build a whole army out of those brutish guys. So anyway, we have them. So now we have every army. And it's really cool because the First Blood thing has got me wired now because now I don't have to paint like 50 million dudes. Yeah. I can just paint like 12 or 13.
Did you get Warbred?
The Warbred? No, I was going to, but I got the other ones that are big, that are the something of War, the Chosen. Yeah, Chosen of War.
Let me look. Yeah.
And Chosen of Death. Check those out.
Okay, Chosen of... Oh, okay. Yeah, these...
Check out the Chosen of War and the Chosen of Death.
Yeah, these look like orcs.
Yeah.
Chosen of Death are the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And they're rad, right?
Oh, okay.
They're like war dancers or something.
All right. Everybody just calm down.
But every single one of the factions has the ability to build things, and the lists are not as... like you can mix and match differently. Yeah. How you want to, and you only have to have a few. I think the infantry come in groups of 4. So like 1 stand, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, that energizes me because now I feel like I can go through and for each army paint like 12 figures, and now we can like play every army, which would be a lot of fun.
Tauntaur, that's pretty cool.
The Tauntaur's the flying one, right?
No, the Tauntaur is the big long neck one.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well. All right, I'm back. Sorry, chat. I know you're gonna be mad
take
at
a
me.
Detour. Quick detour.
Anyone know of a good place to get a conversion chart for Procryl to other paints? We use Paint Rack. That's okay. Here, live, if you have a question about a paint, I can bring it up for Jason and he can match it for you.
Wait a minute. That's not always the case. I don't... Well,
we
can. He has to show it to me because I have to be honest. I don't know what other companies' colors are. I don't pay attention to them. When we develop our colors, we don't pay attention to anybody else. Yeah. We make the colors we want, not the colors that are in other lines. So I'm not always able to really tell you like exactly, but Chris will bring it up and we can take a look at it.
We can always, I can just show him on screen.
But yeah, he'll bring up like a link and show me the color, and I can very quickly give you what colors would be good, colors would be good to mix to get to it, or just be a 1-to-1. We don't have very many 1-to-1s with other lines except for basic, yellows and reds maybe, because again, I just don't think that way. For me, I'm more concerned with colors that I know are going to mix well and are going to make a really good color palette for you as you kind of get used to how you paint and all that stuff.
Jamonisberg, asks, what do you use for terrain with Conquest? The mini and lore seem awesome, but them being so much larger than other games is negative for me.
Believe it or not, they're not that different. I mean, the sizing is pretty big, but the big models are intended to be really big. Most terrain that you already have, like for fantasy buildings and stuff, will work just great. I've never seen it be a problem. It doesn't feel weird. Like if you had stuff for Age of Sigmar, it really is good. Now the First Blood stuff, they sell terrain for it, but it's not scaled any really different. I don't think. Maybe a little bit.
Interesting.
But the First Blood starter sets, I believe, come with the terrain that's just that heavy printed card, so it's pre-colored and interlocks. That makes it really easy to set up. But yeah, don't worry too much about scale of terrain. I mean, if there's a little bit, if you have something that is just spot on sized for 28 mil, it might look a little weird, but I don't think it's very debilitating for the experience. I don't think it takes you out of the immersion.
Lapton says 2 questions. Will the special sauce be available in the EU during the Adepticon pre-launch?
Yes.
And could it be possible to see it used today for any chance? ?
I'm using it right now. All of these miniatures are painted 100% with special sauce.
Oh, you're talking about the medium.
Oh, the medium. Yeah, I can use some today. We've been taking time out on each stream to kind of mix some colors together and show you how that works, for sure.
In Lambton, the medium is actually called special sauce.
It's called special sauce. Yeah.
Obviously, the joke is that all of them are special sauce, but it's One Step special sauce medium.
Yep.
God bless America.
And
you meant the medium. Okay.
Yeah, we can show you the medium. But yes, it will be available. The medium and the 12-color set will be available during Adepticon on our EU website. Not from any other retailers or anything like that, but direct from us on the EU website. And then later in May, when we do the worldwide launch, it'll be in the EU ready to go too.
Get ready.
Get ready if you want to buy it early, because we will only ship limited amounts over to the EU. Obviously, the bulk is going to Adepticon.
Yep.
But we think we've got enough over there to handle the demand in the EU through the Adepticon week. And that'll be from Thursday the 26th, through that Sunday, which is the 29th, correct? No, 26th, 27th, 28th, yeah, 29th. Sunday the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the time where it'll be on the site. And then as soon as Adepticon is over on the Sunday, it'll go away from the EU website. I might leave it up until Monday, but we'll see.
If there's any left.
If there's anything left.
Super Duper John, I looked up the Moonstone game last night because of the Monty Python reference. I'm completely sold on the Shades of Monarch, especially the Jerry hair. They're cool. I like the models. They're super whimsical.
They're pretty funny. I like the mule-headed knight. I don't know what his name is.
Oh.
I would build a group around him, but I don't know what he's part of. And I would really just paint him, because while I liked watching Chris and Gabe play, it didn't really match with the way I like to play games.
It's a silly game.
It wasn't brutal enough. It wasn't like run forward, kill things.
Yeah, it was. It's a very silly game.
I'm a very admittedly run forward, kill things guy.
F-Man says, what should I get as an investment / recommendation? I'm an intermediate painter. Citadel was my foundation. Okay, so you're on the site and you're looking to make a purchase. Jason, where...
On our site?
Yeah, where would you start?
The thing that I always say is that our base set and expansion set 1 give you a tremendous view into how our paints work. The base set alone does great. From a color spread, it could use a little bit more in the way of shades and tints and flesh tones, which is why expansion set 1 really jumps up. But because on the site, we give you the ability to buy 8 or more paints, and you get the same discount as you would by buying the sets. The sets are generally anywhere from 10 to 12% off. And if you just pick singles, when you get to 8 singles on our site, both in the EU and in the US, you get the discount. So you'll get 10% off your whole cart of paints once you reach 8. So if you would prefer to just pick individual colors, it takes a little bit longer, more clicks and more browsing, but it gives you the freedom to just go through and pick the colors you like. So, a lot of times I'll say, hey, do you have a project coming up where you have a plan for color or an idea? Then go in and look through all the colors and pick the ones that get that plan going and buy those. And then just pick 8,
Yeah.
The sets come in 9 or 12. The Signature Series sets come with 6 paints, so it's not like if you buy a set, you're going to get that many anyway. So basically at the same price, you can choose your own set. So if none of the sets that we have really hit it for you, you're not wanting to invest in like the Mega Set, which is 69 colors. It gives you all the metallics and washes and all that in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
But if you want to just pick and choose, you can, and you'll still get a really good discount on them.
Yeah, and also our
The best
intro
discount is the mega set if you're in the U.S.
And our intro set is also a great one if you would like to try the Dauntless Brushes series as well. And the Brush On Primer.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
So lots of ways to choose. My whole thing is I never know better than you do what colors you want. And so we don't lock them behind sets. You can get whatever you need whenever you need it. And the ability to kind of mix and match them together to get the discount, I think, is huge. So just build your own set. Buy what you like. But the base set and expansion set 1 give you all of like the top selling colors minus like the signature set ones that you see me use a lot. Royal purple, white, blue, stuff like that are big. Dark yellow, green. Basically anything out of Vince's set is huge.
Yeah. Our discount build your own set is also great. Like he was saying, can't go wrong. Thomas says, slowly but surely collecting every paint Monument has to offer. Will I ever use all of them? Maybe not, but shiny things are cool and I like paint.
We use them all the time.
Yeah. I find that I buy my paints in tip just for how I've bought my paints in the past have been just picking them per project. So if you have a project too,
I'm a big fan of that.
Our bundle, that set bundle is amazing.
I'm a huge fan. You hear me say it here on the stream all the time, and if you see me at a convention, I get asked this question all the time. Hey, where should I start with the line? What colors do you like? What projects do you have? Buy some of those colors now, test it, see if it fits your workflow, see if you like the way our paints work. They're very different than other paints, and they're done that way on purpose. I did not design a also ran or a Me Too product. We really wanted to. I've been painting for, it's getting to where I've been painting for 48 years. And so I wanted to make the paint that solved the problems I have when painting over all those years. And it was inconsistency, lack of flexibility out of the paints. They wouldn't do everything I needed to do. And really just the consistency, the fact that you would buy a color and then when you run out, you go back to buy that color and it would be different because companies can't make the same color twice for some reason. And so we really set in to make something different. It's always the same. Our batching, I still have the bottles of the first batch paints that we ever made. So the latest batches get referred back to and compared to the first batches ever made of that color. Like, that's not something anybody else in the world does. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
And it's stupid to do it because it takes up a lot of storage space, but it keeps it to where every batch can be, verified to be the color we want and operate the same way as it did in the past. So we really believe in the artistic quality of our paints and the artistic endeavors of painting miniatures. So you can feel comfortable picking any color you want, and it will perform very well for you.
And you can also Tim was just mentioning that too. You can do that with our brushes too. Build your own brush set. Give you options. How do your Sable brushes compare to Winsor Newton Series 7 brushes? I almost always use size 1 and 0.
So this is a very difficult question because I will say that we are of equal or better quality to any brush on the planet. Now, that being said, a lot of that depends on how you use a brush, how often you paint. Brushes are disposable tools. And so some people get years out of them, out of our brand. Some people in chat can attest to this. They're still painting with brushes that were some of the first batch we ever made. We have some of those here, and other people go through brushes, once a month. So depending on what you want, I would put our brushes up against any brush out there, period.
Yeah.
And the proof is in the pudding, so to speak, because I paint with them all day, every day. I'm using one of our Sable number 4s right now. I use our brushes all day, every day. Live on stream for 10 years. The brushes were the first product we made before the paint.
Yeah.
It was the first thing I really believed that we could do better for the art of miniature painting, because of the way I would adjust my brushes, trim my brushes, use my brushes. And so we've never, varied from that, and I love them. Now, when you're buying brushes, understand that, because unfortunately, like Winsor Newton gets a bad rap, and I think most of their bad rap is because they decided to start selling through Amazon for some reason. And Amazon just monkeys the brushes around, and what you get could wind up being destroyed by the time it shows up to you. So at least here in the States, they started getting a bad rep for quality control, but I don't know how much of that is true. We wouldn't sell our brushes through Amazon and let Amazon fulfill them, so I don't know that you can really hold them accountable for that. But, natural hair is like natural hair. If it sits around too long, it gets frayed.
Yeah.
So you have to understand what you're buying when you buy a brush. The world of miniatures is not nice to brush manufacturers because a lot of artists are not coming from a background of art and an experience with how brushes actually work and what they're built for. I will tell you this, very few brushes out in the world are built for miniature painting. And what I mean by that is they're built for canvas painting. So even artist rounds at small scales will be called detail brushes in the art world. What I'm using right now is a detail brush, even though it's a number 4, and for us it's a big brush. But in the art world, this is a detail brush. And a detail brush is, believe it or not meant to be the sharpest point in the world. It's supposed to be a brush that provides a very narrow line. But when you're painting a canvas, the sharpest point is not always the key. It's the size of the bristles at the point. And people get a little disillusioned by that, but that's the truth. Like, when you talk to brush makers that have been around for bajillions of years, they're only just now coming around to the fact that, brushes for these people that paint models are actually a thing.
Yeah.
That we should pay attention to. Because no artist, the bulk of artists in the world don't care if the point of their brush isn't perfectly razor sharp, because nobody paints with a point of their brush except for calligraphy people. And the calligraphy brush is designed completely different than the artist round. So just a thing to think about. So, again, a long-winded answer, probably not answering exactly the way you want to hear it sound, but I would put my brushes up against anything on the planet. Any insert name here. We don't present them to you in a fancy package because that's where all the money goes for other brands. You can buy a wood box if you like a wood box, but I buy brushes to paint with. And that's where the money is. That's where the value is in our brush. They come in a plastic tube that you can either choose to keep and keep them in or throw away. We want you to find value in the brush, and the brushes are great. Both our synthetics, all of our synthetic lines, I will use any of them. From then, we always start talking, like a lot of people say, well, what kind of brush should I be using? And that's a matter of choice and your brush style. Like, do you have a heavy hand? Do you paint very soft with the brush? Or are you pounding the model and bending the brush a lot? A lot of that dictates which brush might be better or not for you.
Yeah. Tomas says, I know this is consistent topic with brushes, but how much better are Sables compared to synthetics? I might be too much of a brute and Sables don't last, but I want to try your brushes.
Well, believe it or not, if you're too much of a brute, Sables are your best choice, right? So Sable, again, if you're a brute, no brush lasts. And that's okay. I will always stand by. If I try to teach you how to use your brush, the chances of you being comfortable when painting get lesser and lesser as you do that, right? Because it's like me telling you how to swing a hammer only goes so far. I can tell you to, not squeeze the handle so tight and all of this, but if you feel comfortable and drive a nail the way that's comfortable for you to get the job done, holding the hammer however you want to hold the hammer, then do it. If you brush and you find that the barrel of the brush as you're painting is flexing like this every time, right?
Yeah.
If you're painting and really hammer down and your brush, when you do a stroke, is bending 90 degrees on the model, then no brush is going to last you forever because you're fatiguing the brush, no matter if it's natural hair or synthetic. You fatigue the synthetic worse because synthetics are plastics, nylons and polyurethanes and things like that. So you wind up where you get more of what we call memory with a synthetic, meaning that if it's constantly bent like this, think about, I always tell people to take a credit card that you all know if you bend the credit card over and over and over again, what happens? It forms a crease in the middle and it'll never go flat again. Or if it does go flat, it immediately wants to go back to bent. That's the way plastics work. Synthetic brushes are no different. They're more resilient in some cases, so they won't bend and hold that form as quickly. But under a lot of pressure, synthetics will deform greater than Sable. So natural hair brushes are where you want to be if you have a heavy hand. I call it a heavy hand or a light hand. When you watch me paint, a lot of times people will make the comment in chat that it doesn't even look like the brush is moving because I have a lighter touch unless I'm just slapping texture on.
Yeah.
And that's the case, right? I don't have a very heavy hand. So I'm barely bending the brush at all because I can deliver just as much paint as I want to, but I'm painting with the side of the brush most of the time. It's very rare, unless I'm doing freehand designs, that I ever use the tip. And that's what you should get used to. And if you do, it's like a breath of freedom, because now the shape of the brush is only about how thick it is and can it, do the shape and size of detail you're looking to do. Stop using the brush like a pencil, and your brushes will last a lot longer, and every brush will feel better to you. A lot of people, because a brush feels like a pen or a pencil, they immediately start painting like it's a pen or a pencil, especially if you're new to painting. So you will start taking your brush and thinking you have to paint with the tip.
Yeah.
If you paint with the tip, you'll destroy every brush you own, right? Painting with the tip is meant for stippling, right? Where you need to do a bunch of little dots to blend, and that will destroy your brush very quickly. But it's a great technique. So you have to know that if I love stipple blending, I just know I'm going to eat through brushes.
Okay.
Because it just isn't going to, it's going to hurt the brush. You're going to bend the hairs on your head. And I always tell you, a natural hair brush or synthetic brush doesn't matter. Take your head of hair and sit here and scrunch your hair a bunch. If you do this and scrunch your hair and then you pull your hand out, you have the broken tips of all your hair in your hand, no matter what age you are, right? So that's what you're doing, is you're putting this undue pressure on the tip of the brush. But stippling is a great technique. It's a great way to blend. It's a great way to texture. And so if it's a style you really like, just put in the back of your head that I'm going to buy a lot of brushes, so maybe buy cheaper brushes because you're going to dispose of a lot of them quicker. Fine, right? When painting with a tip and you want to do like fine details, I want to get in and do some hash marking. Maybe I'm doing a texture on like blue jeans or something, and I want to do some texture, like hashes or scratching on metal. And so I'm doing this. The tip of the brush works well for that. But most of the time that you're painting with the side of the brush, and you don't have to put as much pressure, and the brush doesn't have to deflect as much to get a very thick line. If I put this brush almost parallel to my skin here, when I pull that line, it's going to be very thick. So I'm going to get a lot of paint on the area without ever bending the brush, because so much more of the surface area is delivering paint with every brush stroke. So if you can learn to keep the angle of your brush being how you deliver rather than the tip of the brush and how hard you push, then you'll save yourself a lot of hassle.
Yeah.
But brushes are still disposable. I won't lie to you. I make brushes, and you will buy more brushes. If you're lucky enough to find a brush that lasts you 20 years, which they exist, good. Count yourself lucky, but don't expect it. There's nothing we can do in building brushes here that guarantees that, oh yeah, this is a 20-year brush. There's nothing. No, everybody would be lying to you if they said they could do that. There's an ad out there right now where it's like, other brushes, lose their tip. Ours don't. I'm like, what a brazen lie. Give me that brush.
Give me that brush. We will have paint singles at Adepticon, but not on the OneStep.
Yeah, OneSteps will be in the set only, except for the limited edition Rust.
Which is in VIP bags, if you have a VIP bag at
And
Adepticon.
limited quantities at the booth.
Yeah. So would you say more surface area to use brushes properly, asks Moose?
More surface area to use brushes properly? What do you mean?
That's what they said. So would you say more surface area to use a brush properly?
Where am I looking? Use more. Oh, yeah, more surface area of the brush. Yes, that's what I'm saying, is that in most cases, unless you're not wanting to, like right now, I'm using the side of the tip. I'm not painting with the point.
Yeah.
I'm painting with the side of the point. I still don't have to deflect the brush much to deliver paint, but I'm looking to deliver a lot less paint. So I don't use like the full on side of the barrel here, because I'd flood the area with paint. But yeah, you have to determine what it is you're trying to do. If you're base coating, use the side of the barrel, right? As opposed to pressing, directly down, like I said, because you have a couple of areas. If you just use the tip of the brush, you're going to get a thin line. This is number 4. It's a pretty sizable brush, but I can get a really thin line when I paint.
Yeah.
I press a little bit harder, I thicken the line up. I press even harder, I thicken the line up more. You see the drill? If I want to go thicker than that, I got to press harder than that. Because what you're doing by pressing is giving more surface area of the brush there. That's one way to do it. You can press harder and bend the brush more and get thicker lines. Or I can just float the brush over and pull it. Well, I'm out of all my paint. Hang on. Right? Or I can just take the brush and lay it over with more surface area touching from the beginning, and now I don't bend my brush at all, and I get the same thickness of line.
Yeah.
See?
Uh-huh.
It's all just geometry and physics. So you save your brush a lot of stress by laying it over and having more surface area touch. It's harder to do that in narrow places because you might not have a brush stroke long enough. You may not have the area to lay your brush flat and do this in an armpit, right? So you may have to take the side of the brush and do smaller brush strokes to cover the area. Stop trying to cover the area all at once, because that's when you bend. You say, I want to cover a very small area and I want to get it covered in one, and so you press real hard. Just do smaller brush strokes and fill the area in like you would in a coloring book area, right? So you stay inside the lines, use it better, and still maintain, some semblance of good use on the brush. There's all sorts of tricks and tips. The chase the point thing that I tell you about. All of those things will help your brush last longer no matter what kind of brush it is. It's a great question, though. Because I know for a lot of people when they first get into the hobby, the brush is a big expenditure, or it's not. You can go with super cheap, 10 for $5 synthetics at Walmart, and then get frustrated because, every time you put paint on the brush, it freaks out. So you want to buy some sort of tool that helps you learn, but you don't have to spend $100 on brushes. Go out and buy like our Dauntless synthetics are great learning brushes.
Our Dauntless number 3 is like my daily driver.
Yeah, the 3 and the 5 and the Dauntless.
I use that 3 for pretty much everything, and the Bab.
They're great.
The Bab and the 3.
The BAB is a great brush. It's a great wash application brush.
It base coats. You
base
can
coating,
wash.
dry
you
brushing.
can dry brush.
Yeah,
you can turn it on its size, and it's a chisel. Like you can really do a lot with it.
Yeah, but the bulk of what you'll be doing is with artist rounds or some form of dry brush. When you're new, you'll be using a lot more dry brushes probably.
Yeah, if I had to pick 2 brushes, it would be the Bab and the number 3 Dauntless.
Like me saying I play golf with a 7-iron and a pitching wedge.
It's a good way to play golf. You can master that 7-iron. Jason's taking golf lessons.
Not yet. I said I'm going to. It's one of the things I've kind of put on this year's to-do list.
Why not? It'll be fun.
I don't know. I can't. Notice I haven't done it, so I'm probably just all talk and no action on it. I don't like golf that much, but I want to do something.
We could play golf together, Jason.
But see, I want to do something where there's sport involved in social interaction.
Yes.
Because I missed that. I played hockey up until 2017, and then had too many close calls and not enough insurance at that point, and I stopped. And I would love to go play hockey, but I need to drop about 50 pounds before that would ever happen again.
Gabe says, Jason, let's golf. It's about to be cheap. It's cheap because it's 1,000 degrees outside.
Because it's 1,000 degrees. Do you want me dead? Is that what this is? I need to learn how to play golf in a realm where I'm not going to die of heat stroke.
I love golfing in the summer.
Golf has just never appealed to me. It and tennis have never really appealed to me, but the idea of either or as a social thing is kind of cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I don't know. Golf always frustrated me because I sucked at it. That's really the reality. All of my buddies in hockey were very good at golf, and me, I sucked. Even the couple times I went out with guys in the motorcycle world, they all ruled at it. And I'm like, how do you even know how to golf? I thought we were all just coming out here I bowl twice a year. Those guys are out there acting like they were pros. And I'm like, this is not fair to me.
Gabe says, Chris never takes me. You never want to go, Gabe.
Well, after Nashville, he's not going to talk to either one of us, so...
Nashville? He's going to Nashville?
I told you.
Nope. Why is Gabe going to Nashville?
I told you. Gabe and Phil and I are going to Nashville.
Oh, that's fine. You guys can have fun. Golfing is very fun when you're with a good group of friends and there's nobody behind you and you go and have fun.
Well, that's the thing, right? People will be yelling at me because I'm play through.
Oh, that's fine. They can play through if they want. That's what I always say. Hey, go do what you want to do. Sometimes you take a little Gatorade out there, maybe put a little bit of rum in there just for fun. Delicious. Rum.
Oh, rum in your Gatorade?
Yeah.
Rum is horrible.
It's great.
It's great.
Malibu with a little bit of Gatorade is actually pretty dang good.
Rum is great. Oh my God, I'm looking at how many of these need. This is like
You've got
3,
Jason, you want me to
6,
take over?
9, 12, 15, 17 more dudes.
You want me to take over, Jason?
No, but I'm gonna do more skin on these guys. I'm kind of tired of this color right now. This color's amazing, but this is okay. So you're seeing live in action me talking about doing assembly line for day 3, and it's like, oh, okay,
I'll take over.
This is day 4.
That's true.
This is day 4. 3 days of straight assembly line where we started with brown, and then we did black and the graphite green, and then we've done now a bunch of the dark green brown. And the dark green brown is I mean, these are all great colors, right? I mean, that's a lot better looking than just a base coat on this whole guy. But I think I'm done doing the assembly line. I need a break. I need to do some stuff that's different. And this will allow us to play around with the medium a little bit today, because I'll start doing some of the skin.
Yeah.
And that'll be a lot of fun.
Skin can be different, like a bunch of different skin tones on these guys.
Yeah. I'm going to do this calamari guy. I'm going to do him with a base of yellow, and then do the crimson over the yellow. Like I've been doing.
All of the above is what I use that. I use it for stippling, dry brushing, basing. I love it for stippling, actually.
I don't use it a lot for stippling. The BAB we're talking about. The
Yeah.
BAB is definitely a great wash applicator brush
It's great.
for large surfaces. It's a great dry brush, obviously, and a great basing brush.
I love it for basing.
Stippling, it gives you a line. Stippling is something that I reserve for round brushes, because when stippling with a BAB, it gives you a line. And having a line would have to be a very specific thing I'm trying to do. Maybe I'm doing some sort of weird hash mark, and it would be cool, but you're going to get a line. And lines are tougher when painting surfaces. The round brushes give you more variation and more of a natural feel when you're stippling. A line becomes very hard because it patterns very quickly. So I don't know that I would stipple with it, but I might not be thinking in terms of like, yeah, I might use it that way, but typically no.
Oh, Synologist, thank you so much for that sub. I missed your thing. And Flapjack and Sarcastic Grandpa. Thank you guys for those.
Thomas Murray, what brush would you use for detailed oil washes? Just a number 3? Well, with oil washes, you want something that holds enough paint. So I would say a number 2 or above. Unless you're doing really, really fine stuff, then a number 1 or below could do it. Just remember that a number 1, once you start getting below a 1 and a 0 and double zeros, they don't hold a lot of paint. And when oil washing, assuming if you're like doing spot washing or full surface filters, if you're doing a full surface filter, number 6 or BAB, something big. If you're doing pin washing where you're doing lining, then you want to brush like a number 3. Even our number 4 that I'm using right now is big enough to hold a lot of paint in the belly, but still fine enough to touch that area and not get a big glob of paint. It'll still run in the lines or wherever you want to put it. Depends on how you're doing. Oil washing has a lot of context to it, because you could be doing a complete oil over filter. You could be doing pin washes. You know, it depends on what you're applying. It's just like normal paint. You know, so pick the brush you would use an acrylic with. There's no difference. All right, so warm yellow, or aerolide yellow if you're using the expert acrylics, for Monsieur Calamari. Again, none of this is done with a lot of water on the brush, just enough to get the paint to flow. And the reason I'm using yellow is because it is a great underpinning color for red, especially since the one-step red that's coming out in the first set is crimson, so it's a darker red. So in order to brighten it up and have it be a little bit warmer, right, for things like this flesh, I'm going to use the yellow underneath it. This is what I've been doing for my Uroni, like the Oni Ayakashi that I did.
Yeah. Lavin says, is it true that oil paints will destroy your sables?
No.
I've heard that a lot, but I don't know if it's actually true.
No, the solvents that you clean oils with are hard on brushes, right? Turpentine, you know, the lacquer thinners and things like that when you're using heavy solvent paints like that. Those solvents can be aggressive to things like, the glue that holds the hair in the bundle, and over time can wind up where you get a situation where maybe you see bristles falling out of your brush over time. But I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, you're getting painting out of it before it happens. It doesn't happen day one, or shouldn't happen day one. I'm not saying it won't. You know, don't leave your brushes soaking in it. I would tell the story all the time that a bunch of my canvas painting friends just leave their brushes soaking in turpentine because all they do is paint with oils. And I'm like, why do you do that? They go, well, because it's always ready to go. It's always ready to paint, and it's always ready to thin. Whatever I need it for, I can either dry it off and paint with vibrant color, or I can pull it right out of the coffee can with all of the turpentine on it, and it'll filter immediately. So they have their own style, their own way of doing it. There you go, yellow-headed bro. I don't think I need yellow on any of the rest of these guys, right? Nah, I got a blue and maybe a purple dude that I. Oh wait, do I have another? I have more calamari guys though. I think we'll do all the calamari bros in the red. Might have some fun and like stipple some spots on them before we do the crimson. Could be fun. Give some colored spots. I feel like they could be like that lobster flesh kind of thing.
Yeah, I've never canvas painted because totally don't care about the brushes. It's 100% disposable to them. I wanted to talk with more classic art friends. Thanks for the info. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it really is. The brush is a tool, right? And unlike tools like hammers, I tend to get more emotional about like my hammer and my screwdrivers than I do about my paintbrushes, and that's weird, right? Because as much as I rely on paintbrushes to do my business here, right? You would think that I would be like, oh my God, love the paintbrush. And I do love the paintbrush. Brushes, I do love you. But the reality is I have worked with brushes for so long that I've just gotten so accustomed to the fact that, your favorite brush dies, and you just have to be ready for your favorite brush to go away. And they don't go away, right? Because I trim them and use them for all sorts of other stuff. Eventually it gets relegated to putting super glue on bases for, gluing rocks down. But, all of those brushes have memories for me. Oh, basing brush, I remember when you were doing great details. You can always keep it around. But I always tell people, and this is not as a brush manufacturer saying, hey, get ready to pay me a lot of money. A lot of people think, they go the evil corporate route. Brushes are disposable, and you have to think of them that way, right? It's like you wouldn't get emotional about the razor in your razor dying on you or getting blunt, and you just have to realize that brushes fall into that same category. Eventually you use them up, and the goal is that did you get use out of them along the way? Did they maintain the shape you need them to maintain along the way, and that you got enough value out of them? I have some people that call me up saying, hey, when are you going to have more Sables in? Because, I buy a set a month. And I'm like, what the hell do you do with a set a month? And they go in, well, I buy 2 number 2s and 2 number 4s from you every month. Yeah. Like, wow. You must do a lot of painting. You go, yeah, I'm a commission painter, and I paint at least 2 armies a month. And I'm like, so you get 2 full armies of 40K in most cases.
Okay.
From 4 brushes a month? And he goes, yeah. He goes, some brushes last longer, but all of them at least make the month. Because I just like starting with a fresh batch of brushes, so it's in his head to do that. And I'm like, okay, great. Huh. But for him, the brush lasting 30 days is amazing. He's like, your brushes are the best because I can get 2 armies done in 30 days. And hell yeah. But he's got that mentality of 2 armies makes him however much money, and he spends X amount of dollars on 4 brushes, and it works. For his business mentality, it works. That's where his value is. We have other customers that are like, hey, I'm still using the same, number 3 brush I bought from you in 2020. And that's their value, is that they've been using it this is year 6 of painting with the same brush. So again, it's all very subjective in what your sense of value is, but also wrap in reality into that, knowing that if I paint every day, having a brush last 6 years is miracle type stuff. Yeah. Call the diocese and send out the investigator, because God has a hand in this, right? I would never have a brush. I've painted with brushes for like 18 months, and you've seen it, right? You've seen me use the same brush off and on for 18 months. It's not impossible to do it, but that same brush, you'll see me, it will blunt out, and it will stop holding a tip. You'll see me, I don't care. I've been painting long enough that hand me a brush and I'll paint with it. I don't care. Well, within reason. It has to be the right shape, right? And I'll keep painting because I personally don't care whether it has a pointy tip or not. I won't be able to do like pointy freehand or do an eyeball with it because you can't make that happen. But I don't mind using blunt brushes to paint with, or curled tip synthetics to paint with. When you erase that care from your mind, you now can have the freedom to paint anything with anything, and it stops being about that. And so you can now use your more expensive brushes for what they're meant for and do all your detail work. So you can reach over and grab that Sable number 3 and do the freehand when you need it, and then pick up your synthetic number 4 and beat the crap out of it again. Who cares? Bob Ross probably had new brushes every show. But I guaranteed when he was painting, he didn't start with new brushes every time. He picked up the Old Faithful until it just fell off, until the ferrule fell off, because he used those big like house painting brushes for a lot of what he did on the canvas. Right?
I was just about to say his brushes were big.
A lot of them for his big, because remember, he did wet on wet, which was a technique that had kind of died for a number of years, and you put a lot of oil down and then more paint on top of it. So every time you touch the canvas, you're putting a lot of paint on there. Otherwise, it just blends into a middle ground color.
Yeah.
He wanted like the white caps on his mountains to stay white and then blend.
Yeah.
So much like Ben's tip loading, he has to have a lot of white paint. He would do a lot of that with the palette knife.
Yeah.
So he would have a ton of paint on the palette knife and put it on there and then scrape it down. He would leave a lot of paint on the palette. And so that wet on wet took a lot of paint, so you would almost need to apply it with much bigger things.
Yeah.
Until you were painting like his birds, and he would grab like his round brush and he would paint his birds. Or a lot of times he'd use a palette knife, right? And he'd flick the palette knife to make the branches. So he'd still use big tools. He would just turn them on edge to get thinner detailing and stuff. All right. I think that's it for yellow, right? Yeah, that's it for yellow. 3 calamari bros. Let's do some blue while that dries. What are these guys called again?
Those are called somethings. Somebody say this. I know you all know what this is. Star Wars nerds out there.
Nerds.
There it is.
What are they called? Twi'leks.
Twi'leks.
And what are the other ones? What is Ashoka? She's something different.
I think Ahsoka's these, right?
No, she's not. She's something else. Somebody got on Dallas because he said that she was a Twi'lek, and she's not. She's something else. She has like a star. Like there's 4 tendrils on her instead of just 2. I don't know. I'm not educated enough in the Star Wars lingo. So where's Elle when you need her?
Right. Ahsoka is Togurta, says Agrippa. Togrota.
Yes,
I don't know what the heck that is.
Whatever that is.
Togruta.
Ah! Got it. Got it in 1.
Now, let's see. F-Man says, do you think Monument Hobbies will ever make a wet palette? Or have you considered making a wet palette? Or ever thought about it?
Probably not. And the only reason is that I, as the voice of the brand and the main, product guy, don't use them.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds silly. A lot of people have asked us to make one. This is a personal thing for me. I do not like to think of making products that I don't use, because look at how many people come in our stream and ask questions about our products. Why do I do this? What would be best? And if I can't show you the way I do it and prove to you why it's the best, I leave it to people that can. At Adepticon, we will have some wet palettes for the people watching the demos and taking part in the demos to use, and those will be provided to us by Game Envy, right?
Yep.
And those guys, they do great work, and so we leave it to them. They can make great palettes. I don't have to.
They'll have dry palettes there as well. So Jason uses a piece of glass. So if you see up at the top there, F-Man, he just uses glass. No, Agrippa, we've talked about that, but we are not in the business of shipping you glass pallets.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna ever. I don't want to say ever, but this is what Jason says. Shipping glass is kind of difficult.
It's not even that. I don't know how difficult it is.
Well, for us, it's not.
I do not want my customer service team to have to deal with your broken glass pallet because,
shipping just
USPS shipping monkeys, decided to dance all over it or something. I just, that makes my brain hurt. I have no problem ordering them off of Amazon because I can just tell Amazon, hey, it's shattered, send me another one. And I don't want to be that for you guys. Unfortunately, I don't want we talk with our fulfillment team all the time. We don't ship you paint. We ship you the fun of opening your box of paint. And I don't ever want you to open a box from Monument Hobbies and be like, oh, bummer. I mean, if you ever open a box with like paint exploded everywhere, what a bummer.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want broken glass palette. You spent good money on that stuff. I want you to get what you paid for. Yep. So yeah, a lot of things we just don't sell because it's like, yep, that would be a pain in the butt. You know, somebody said, why don't you make a light? I have a great idea for a light. I have a company that would make the light for me, and it wouldn't just be an Amazon reproduction from China. But at the end of the day, we are not a company that troubleshoots power supplies. And I don't want my customer service group to have to answer your question of, hey, I plugged it in. It's supposed to look at how good that looks.
That looks great.
I mean, if you're not sold on these paints now, I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? I have a good use case for that blue.
Twilight skin.
That's true. Currently I have one. How big is Monument HQ getting? Someplace to take a visit at some point, how Mandu says?
I mean, we have a 10,000 square foot facility over at our Clarendon building.
Technically, we have two.
We have two, but this one only has Chris and I in it. We only occupy about 2,000 square foot of the current building. We used to just be here. It's a little understanding. It's about a little over 8,000 square foot here where we're at, and we have now moved to a bigger facility where it's all just a big box, so it feels much bigger because it's all open. This building is kind of cavernous. It's big, but it has a lot of hallways and lost space and nooks and crannies. We love it, but we're trying to sell this building, so. We pretty big. Let's mix some color. I want this one to be green. Green? No, not one with a green jacket. I have one with a brown jacket that can be green. Good God, there's a lot of these Twilights. What the? Holy. Taking over, man. All right, well, how many of them want to be blue? Quite a few of them, huh? 4 of them have green jackets.
4 of them do have green
I did not
jackets.
plan this well.
I'm going to use that blue because I have this tree person. This resin tree person I have like an inner glow in. So I will use this blue over the transparent white that I did.
The vibrant colors just are another level. All the colors are another level, but the vibrant ones are just like, holy man. Because remember, we're not even going over white, which is actually helping to keep the blue kind of spot on looking like this, because the taupe under the blue is a lot, in my opinion, is better than just a pure white. Now, you might be going for something where you want the blue to be, a little bit more desaturated, not quite as punchy vibrant as this, but I'm a huge fan of this.
Agrippa, it's a tail head of 2 Twi'leks. It's a head tail of 2 Twi'leks. It's a head tail of 2 Twi'leks.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea what you're saying, Agrippa.
What is going on here?
What is going on? Sorry if I missed it, but I'm assuming OneStep works best without a wet palette.
Oh, I don't know. I don't use a wet palette. It'll work on a wet palette, but you probably better suited not to.
Oh,
I don't suggest diluting it except purposefully. And wet palettes dilute your paint all the time. So that's one of the reasons why I dislike them immensely, is because I'm a painter. And as a painter, that is not schooled, because I didn't go to school for painting, but I have painted in tremendous amounts of mediums, canvas, wood, you name it. And as a painter, you always want your paint to be how it was right out of the container, so that you can make the determination on how to use the paint properly. Does that make sense? So if I want the paint to be thin, I purposefully thin the paint. If I want the paint to be less opaque, I purposely make it less opaque. I do not want the tool I'm using to inadvertently turn my paint into something I don't expect. And that's what happens on a wet palette. It constantly dilutes the colors you put on there, regardless of what you want. And so if you're using, and I say this, and I say this not in a mean way, but a lot of paints out there in our hobby are too thick straight out of the bottle.
Yeah. And
so you need to thin them to have them flow better on the model. And so wet palette does that for you. And a lot of people have gotten used to that, because it just breaks down like this. Pigment doesn't dissolve in the paint. So it means it can fall due to gravity out of what we call suspension. You suspend pigment in a medium in the basic terms, and that's what gives you paint. right? And if it sits in the bottle a long time, you've noticed that it'll separate. The pigment will be at the bottom, the medium will be on top. Maybe it's white, maybe it's blue pigment, whatever, or whatever color the medium is. And then you shake it back up and hopefully it reconstitutes. That's paint, right? That's the way it works. The thicker the medium is that you use, the longer it takes the pigment to fall out of suspension. So you can put more pigment per milliliter or per volume into a thicker medium, like house paint, very thick. House paint needs a lot of pigment, right? So that's where that world lives. Thicker medium, holds more pigment, gives you opacity, lots of pigment for lots of coloring, done. But it means that it is thick. It's like painting with snot. If you were to take house paint and try to paint a model with it, you'd spend a lot of time thinning it down. Otherwise, it would cover up details. It would not move right. It would be like painting with snot. And so thinning that paint is a requirement to get it to flow the way it feels good to use. Okay? And so wet palettes do a great job with thicker paint to make it usable, period. And so you spin, it dilutes, and it makes that job easier for you, so you're not having to thin the paint to make it work on the model. Makes sense. Great. Cool. That's why wet palettes started becoming a thing in the model painting world. That and because they hold your blends. If you're blending a lot of colors together, making mixes, they will hold your mix stable longer because it's hydrated. So for that, when you're, if I want to mix blue and yellow to get this particular green, that green will stay hydrated on the wet palette longer and usable longer and whatever. But it is being diluted the whole time, so take that into account. Pro-acryl, one of the things that we designed into Pro-acryl to be different than everybody else is that we put more pigment on our paint per volume than almost anybody else in the world, and yet our paint doesn't need to be thin to be used. It doesn't come out of the bottle thick unless you buy the heavy whites or the heavy warm whites, the ones that are specifically thicker for a reason.
Yeah.
It's just usable out of the bottle. So by virtue of that, if you put it on a wet palette, it starts diluting it. Now you're starting to dilute opacity and viscosity in a way that you may not like. That's why you hear some people saying, it sucks on a wet palette. Well, it's just because they're used to using a wet palette for different types of paint and not adjusting the way they use the wet palette for Pro-acryl, because it is a different paint. I didn't make the same paint. On purpose, I didn't make it.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, Jason, what is a good equivalent for Rhinox hide right here?
I typically start with our dark dark umber.
Oh,
is great.
Yeah.
It's not quite as warm as Rhinox hide, so dark umber and warm brown together do really well.
There you go, F-man.
If you want to mix, but dark umber gets you really close. It's just dark umber is what I call a neutral brown. It's not very warm. That a Rhinox hide is a little bit redder, but warm brown, dark umber, boom, done. If you want a shade for it, then warm brown, black brown are great. If you want a darker version. But black brown is very, very dark. But again, it's a neutral style brown. I say neutral, probably wrong, but it's a better way to think about it because it just doesn't have a cool or warm tone to it.
Agrippa says, legit all the Pro-acryl leather recipes. Mahogany base, mix in orange brown highlight, pure orange brown highlight, stipple scratches with ivory, the transparent brown over it, thin down. Oh, that thin down transparent brown over that is magical.
You're speaking to my inner painter heart right there. The transparents work so well for that.
Stephen O said, just bought a glass palette with the insight into Pro-acryl. Yeah, absolutely. I switched to the old palette tin a long time ago because I reprime mine. I reprime it with our gray. A lot. That thing is getting thick.
I was gonna say that's a needs to be replaced at some point. You've built for failure on that one.
I'd say, and then I also use the glass palette at home.
Yeah, I've always been a palette paper guy. We used tiles at GW when I worked there, white tiles that we got at Home Depot, and so you get a white tile, and that was cool. But the moment I got a glass palette, it was like life changing. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is great. Plus the gray is fantastic. A lot of people ask, why the gray surface. The gray surface makes sure that all the colors you put on here look the way they'll look on your model. If your palette is white, all of your colors will appear darker on the palette than they are on the model, and that can be for me, that's misleading. I mix a color over here, and I'm like, oh, that looks great, and then I put it on the model, and I'm like, oh, that's totally different than it looked. Because white will make every color on top of it look darker. So I don't like white palette paper for that reason. So gray palette paper or the tan, what's called the tan baking sheet that you can put on the wet palette is better than the white ones. because the tan, while being a little bit more earthy toned, it still keeps your colors more neutral in their view. So those kind of beige, gray, those mid tones that are desaturated are a better color for that. So even if you're using a wet palette, a better way to think about it. It's blue on this. I want everybody to be blue skin now, just because the blue looks so good.
I blue. Oh, I thought that's what you were going for.
What other colors are Twi'lek? Can they be every color?
Yes. Green. Graphite. Well, you just use graphite green. Like in Jabba's palace, right?
I don't know. What do you mean in Jabba? Well, there was a green one, yeah.
I think they're green.
Can they be all other colors? Can I do like a orange?
Jason?
My models, I do what I want. Dallas keeps telling me it's my models, I can do what I want. I'm doing an orange one. Lucas and his cannon be damned. Gesundheit. Don't die. Red, green, blue, yellow, pink, and also any color you actually... I like it, Agrippa. They can be green and peach tone. Ooh, like fleshy peach? Hey, let's try something. Let's mix shadow flesh and orange. How about that? That'll give us kind of a peachy tone, huh? We can show you mixing the OneSteps. We'll do it all, chat. We'll do it all. We'll do it when Chris isn't here. Oh, damn it, he's back. He's like, sorry. All of my paints are new.
Shadow flesh.
It is Shadow Flesh. Shadow Flesh is the one that separates
excited.
the most, so it looks the weirdest in the bottle.
Yeah.
It looks like magenta.
I'm excited for Shadow Flesh.
Shadow Flesh.
Are you going to make one just... Oh, for a second I thought you were just going to... Make one just a normal skin one.
No. If I were smart, I would use the Shadow Flesh and do all the normal skin bros. And then, but I'm just going to mix some orange in. I'm wasteful today just because I want to play.
You do 1-to-1 Shadow Flesh and then use every color.
I don't know what that means.
According to Wikipedia, there are 13 canon skin tones for Twi'leks. Oh. Interesting.
Here we go. Fleshy orange. That's a cool color.
Fleshy orange. Ooh.
Kind of cool. Yeah.
No, we are not going late today.
I can't. I have a 5 o'clock.
We're gonna end right on
my
time.
week is full. Everything trying to fit in before Adepticon is crazy.
It's already 3:30.
What?
Is that crazy?
Oh my god, we can go a little long. All right, here we go. Whatever this color is.
What color is it, Jason?
It's
Kapooply-la-pooply.
it's Shadow Florange.
That's a great name. Shadow Florange.
We're going to paint now with Shadow Florange.
It's Florange, which is my fragrance today is Florange.
Shadow Florange.
It has hints of yummy. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay. Florange. I like what I'm seeing here.
I see you, Florange.
Do you have any tips for color matching paints beyond eyeballing it? I'm trying to best match in Pro Acryl to Citadel. You Rasha Yashi Yashi Hadoobity Bone. I know that's not what it says.
Stopty Bone.
No, it's Lashtopley.
Forgive me, Chad.
No, don't forgive Jason. Forgive me.
No, I'm apologizing for you.
No, Gandalf. Let's see. Lashtopley Bone. What would you do for that, Jason? The Citadel. Come on, get your. What's going on here?
I feel like I've done it in the past with khaki and olive flesh.
Look at this
mixed.
What are we doing?
Well, their
here?
colors are so inconsistent. That's the thing. That's why you make Pro Acryls. You don't have to worry about every pot of paint being different from the last pot of paint. Even Citadel's horrible about that.
Shushlockly blown.
But it's like a khaki and olive flesh mixed together. Or you could also use khaki and ivory, depending on how much yellow you want in it. The ivories will keep the khaki a little yellower. And the olive flesh will start to desaturate it into, kind of that beigey realm. But khaki's your starting point, and then you need a tint in there. Khaki's a good analog to it regardless. It'll just be darker, right? So if you're not afraid to start a little bit darker than you Shopty Bone, you can just use khaki on its own and not mix anything with it.
Yeah. It's actually pronounced Uschlacklybone.
You don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Shashloopity doopity doopity bone.
Thanks for showing up today, Chris.
Thanks for showing up.
Paid professional.
Shashloply bone.
Do not do Tannenbaum.
Oh. Shashloply bone.
That's a good color.
What is it? Florange?
It's Florange. It's dark Florange.
It's Florange.
It's dark Florange.
Ah, yes, the Florange. This
Yes,
is an
it is.
excellent year, Florange.
It is dark Florange.
Khaki and dark golden brown, architect says. Oh, Gandalf. Huh. Is it?
What are you both
It's
using
you
green?
wizard Shashati bone.
I think that's the only model I can use that color
Shashlopty
on.
bone.
What are these guys?
Created a monster. That is.
These guys are normally blue too, right?
That guy looks like my ex-wife.
These guys are normally blue too, right?
What are these called?
I think they're blue normally. I'm gonna do this one lighter, so I'm gonna get a bunch of water on the brush and go in very
Doors?
thin.
Doors? Doors?
What'd you call me?
Wad says, Chris may not be the real producer, but he's the producer that showed up. Amen, brother.
Not the producer we wanted, but the producer we deserve.
That's right. When there's a guy painting live 10 hours a week, painting miniatures, it needs some camera angles. I'll be there. When you need to figure out how to really pronounce words, I'll be there.
Wait a minute. I don't know.
When you
Chris
need
is
to
lying.
know every popular
when he says,
catchphrase
you know what you
known
do?
to
When you
man.
need somebody to be a thesaurus or a translator, I'm your brother. Yeah, I just thin that way down, so we'll see how that looks, because that's a lot of water in there. You can see the brow is a lot brighter, so we'll see how the rest of it dries versus this guy
It's a lot of Florange.
versus that guy.
It's pronounced Duros? Is that what that is?
I'm not. Even
I think
listening.
I'm gonna make it
I
up
stopped
myself.
listening to you.
It's called.
about 30 minutes ago.
They're actually called Doritos
About
Thank you.
30 minutes.
because he's painting them orange, so they're technically called Doritos.
Somebody had asked a little bit earlier about like a reptile skin. So let's do the dark green and yellow and show you what you get.
I think you're gonna get a
Show
dark.
show them what they got.
Maybe you get a dark, warm yellow green. Duros. Okay, thank you. So Doritos Locos Tacos. Thank you.
Oh my God. I forgive
Duros
anybody who
Locos-
loves the Star
no,
Wars mythos and canon for
Psyker.
Chris's lack of emotion when handling your emotions here.
Duros Locos Tacos Aliens, says Psyker. Thank you.
Enough of you, horn boy. I'm dying, my lord.
It's the egg. I wonder sometimes about Chris's ability to sound things out. You know what, Agrippa? First of all, you're banned for real.
He takes a real big offense to that.
Second
Chat,
of all,
let me give you a hint.
you're done.
Let me give you a
Third
hint.
of all,
Let me
you're
give you a
banned
hint,
again.
Chat, don't do it. Don't comment on Chris's linguistic.
don't you do this?
Linguistic.
I have the power.
He does.
And all it takes is Jason maybe getting a little bit, mad at me after the fact. But I'm like, well, I did what I had to do in times of war. No, we don't ban any of you. I love all of you fine people. Are you all people? I don't think so.
All right, let's do.
He-Man. Of course I have the power. What are you talking about, Agrippa? I will
These
end
days.
you publicly. I won't do that.
Jeez, he's mean today.
What are you painting today?
He's very mean spirited.
What are you doing?
That's the thing. He's just very mean spirited.
That's me in a nutshell. No, this is me in a nutshell. Oh, I can't get out of this nutshell. Ah, I like this color. This is, somebody was asking about how to make one-step orc. There you go. What's that? What does that look for, mister? Can you center up? Good night. What is this color? Who are you? We want answers. We want answers.
Chat.
This is warm yellow and dark green.
I don't know who fed him today, but
I brought my lunch.
and did you eat it?
I did, alone in this
God.
massive building.
Yeah. I hope you were lonely.
It was very lonely, actually. I was looking around. I'm like, what's going on? That's a cool color. Jason, where are you going to dinner tonight?
Clever Koi.
Oh. So
right
clever.
over here by the office.
Oh. That's where I'm going to dinner.
That's a good color. Me like it.
That's a cool orc skin.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
just 1-to-1?
I don't know. Sure. I feel like it was one. I feel like it was like maybe
It looked like
1-to-1. I feel like 1-to-1 is close enough for government work. Yes.
Shadow Knight says, with oil paints, do you have to wait for the paint to fully dry before cleanup?
Yes. Before cleanup. Wait. What do you mean cleanup? Because no, it needs to be wet to do the removal part, the subtractive part of oil washes, right?
Needs more yellow, says Ron. Oh.
You can put more yellow in it if you want.
You going to put more yellow in it?
No, I'm going to put this and mix it with blue.
Really?
Yeah, this thing that
Okay.
I've created, this concoction that I've made.
A 1-to-1-to-1-to-1-to-1?
Probably 1-to-1-to-1-to-1.
A 1-to-1-to. Get it? That's from Star Wars. But that's not what he says.
That's not from Star Wars.
He's like, hey, 1-to-1-to. That guy. Remember from Jabba's palace?
Oh, boy. Everything's Jabba's palace.
I'm telling you. AMG, you heard me, Dallas. I know you're lurking out there making sure, keeping us accountable. I want 1% of Lucasfilm's right to Jabba's palace. I want my 1%.
For what?
Making the idea for Jabba's palace.
But that's not what you did.
I did. I came up with the whole mechanic for Dallas. I was like, put Jabba in the back, commanding the whole army. Give him a special thing where he can throw someone in the Sarlacc pit. Every once, like once a turn, or he can throw like a single model or something in there, right? Everybody's on the same page. I don't know what the problem is. Give me a Rancor, because everybody will buy that model. Come on. The big potato with arms. Everybody will buy it. Okay?
I'm going to go over that guy with something else.
Sign me up.
Tie you up?
I said sign me up.
Oh, sorry.
Tie him up. Throw away the key. Does he lose a bounty hunter to the same Sarlacc? Yes, if he rolls a double 1 or something. I don't know.
I'm going to cheat right now.
What?
I'm cheating.
What are you cheating with?
I'm cheating because I'm adding in something they won't be able to buy.
No. Jason, what are you doing? What did he just mix? It was dark green, warm yellow, both one step, and then blue, and then whatever this is. What is that, Jason?
White.
Is it white?
White. Yeah.
One step white?
What? One step white. It was white blue is
right,
what it would have been called, but it's white, basically. It's one step white. You won't be able to buy that yet. I'm not happy with it yet. It works great as a mix here, as a way to tint one step, but it's not where I want it as a single color yet. So we'll have to come back to it. Oh, but that, my friends,
Oh, that's cool.
is goblin
Yeah.
green.
That is goblin green. You should make a goblin green one step, Jason.
There is going to be one.
What are you talking about?
Not in the first set, but yeah, it's one of the colors.
Like
a green like this is one of the colors. Yes, it's maybe not like exactly like this, but
Are you gonna call it goblin green?
no. Look at that. That's good.
You could call it goblin green and destroy the world.
That's good.
Will there ever be PA oils, Jason?
Never say never, but it's something that I don't like until maybe I can look at a water-based oil that we can make work really well.
A water-based oil?
Yeah, you can get water-based oils. They're just a little, they're nitpicky. They don't work like a normal oil does, so a lot of oil painters for canvas don't like them as much. But for our hobby, I think I could make it to where they work pretty well.
Mborg saying, any chance we can get a dark green for the regular Pro Acryl line?
Yeah, probably.
Because compared to our black green, it would be a little bit more green.
Well, black, green, and green give it what it is. That's
Right.
basically what the OneStep dark green is black, green, and green. I mean, it's not made that way,
Right.
like us mixing it. It's done with without as much pigment as mixing those two, but that's how you get it in the regular line right now.
Jason, I think we should call this one Goblin Green One Step. One Step Goblin Green.
I mean, you just painted every goblin you own with this. That's
what I'm saying. Like, there you go.
That's phenomenal.
I would redo all my little gits with this.
Phenomenal. 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 Yeah, that's really good. That me likey.
Dark Angels Dark Green, question mark?
That's what the
dark
OneStep
green
is.
Yeah, dark green. Super Snotty Green, says Dan Osborne. What's up, Dan?
Dan Osborne.
Dan Osborne's going to be hanging out with us
He thinks he's going to be hanging out with us.
all con long. We're so excited.
Thinks he's going to be hanging out with us.
Oh, he
if
is.
If he's lucky.
Oh, he's there.
If he's lucky. That guy. I told myself 12 years ago. It's probably been longer than that. Good God, Dan. How long has it been since we hung out all the time? Dan and I used to, like, every day, every weekend, it was literally like every day. Dan and I would hang out.
Yeah.
Be it at one of our houses or the other in California, in Southern California, every day or weekend. It was great. We'd go out and play War Machine together, do all sorts of crazy stuff. So, it's been 20 years, maybe.
That's a long time.
Not quite 20.
Dan says, I better be. I made the schedule. Oh, Dan, you'll be there.
That's what he thinks.
He keeps saying that.
I like saying
for legal purposes, you will be there.
For legal purposes, Dan, you will be there.
This is cool, Jason.
Well, it's just too easy, right?
This is a cool Nurgle green.
This is just the absolute cheat.
I mean, you could do this on your Nurgle demons. I'm excited for this one. Can you come down a little bit?
No.
Pretty please. God.
Put sugar on top and we'll talk about it.
I ain't sugaring nothing.
That's it, Chad. The end.
Dan says, yeah, it was like 20 years ago we first met. 18 years? Wild, dude. That's a long time.
2024 is when we first met, I think.
2024?
Or 2004.
Wait, I'm like, whoa.
2004. I moved to California in 2004, and I was working at GW before the end of that year, I believe.
I was just turning 55 in 2004.
Yeah, I know. 93-year-old hack.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the tone.
There was some visceral anger behind that one.
Oh, it's the tone. Chat. It's his tone.
Yes.
What does this look like over there?
Excited for all the demos and feedback sessions. Will be great to see, folks. Yep, Dan, we're going to have such a great time. Our Adepticon is going to be awesome with the Minis' art celebration. So if you're all going, we have lots going on, and that schedule is going to be coming out publicly here very soon. Once Jason gets his act together and finishes that graphic.
I love how that just became my problem.
Yes! Yes!
Rat bastard.
That's more of my job.
That's
coming job. Soon. So you all know all the fun, happy win-win session demo times. You can I like that. Actually, that goblin green over that dark green was really cool.
Yeah, it's still just too much like his pants. I forgot on that guy I did the dark green as the pants, so building any color out of dark green not going to work very well.
Oh.
So I will go back over it with something else. That's why I was just playing with it.
You got too excited.
I was just playing with it. I may actually have to paint him with regular paint now that I put too many coats on there. We'll see. We'll see. I could go back over it with like blue or something like that. Purple. Ooh, purple. Purple. Crimson. Crimson. The crimson, I want some water in it. We'll thin it down a bit. And then over yellow.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how you can layer these and how well they work.
Oh.
When layering color over color.
Mborg says, when do you expect brushes to be back in stock? I need to stock up on some number 2 Sables.
Probably just after Adepticon. If you're going to Adepticon, we will have Sable sets there. It'll probably be just after Adepticon when they hit the web store again, though.
Somewhat
in the
civil,
EU, they're on
Ranger.
the EU, I believe. but
Thank
not
you so
the
much.
US.
Thank you for those subs.
Hard to argue with that.
Dan says my Warhammer hobby turned 30 this year.
What?
Ooh.
What?
My
How
Warhammer
dare
hobby. Jason's over here trying to cram for the exam.
I have to get all of these painted, like, now.
Like yesterday.
All my troubles seem so far away.
Yeah, your troubles are right around the corner.
Then I had to paint
you don't get
6
these.
million rebel terrorists.
Couldn't we have just gotten Wookiees?
You know what? I don't get the opportunity to ask these questions.
Now, Dallas was here yesterday. I have to convince
Oh,
him.
yeah, he was.
I have to convince him to send us that new. They have a new set, Jason, with those Sentinels and what's her face, Cassandra Nova.
Yep.
I love those Sentinels.
It's the faction pack.
Yeah, faction pack. What?
Yeah, it's
They're calling it a faction pack?
That's what they call it. It's a Sentinels faction pack.
What?
Yeah.
You know why I'm so surprised?
Why?
You know what I like to call my things, right?
Oh my God, his cheater
My
stuff.
faction packet.
Welcome to my fanny pack faction, Fanny.
It's a faction pack.
It's your fanny faction.
No, for all of you who don't know what a faction packet is, it's Monument Hobbies' next product. It's not really. If you ever want a custom-made faction packet, send me your army list.
In a self-addressed stamped envelope.
And I will make you a folder with a bunch of washi tape, a bunch of stats, some markings, some highlightings. Now, every army, every list you get has a faction packet.
He's
What
serious
you
about
do,
this too. He
Follow
is,
the packet. Win the game. That's it.
It's a sickness.
Is it a sickness or
Yeah, it's a sickness.
are they amazing?
No, it's a sickness. I mean, they can also be amazing, but it is a sickness. So look how well they layer. That's just the crimson over the yellow, the warm yellow, right? So they still give us the same amount of contrast and translucence that you like.
Joel B, I have to leave for Adepticon before I can enter the MAA. What are the chances I can still get feedback on a model? There's going to be a bunch of sessions. So, Joel B, bring your model. We're going to have the whole day, each day.
I don't understand what he said. I have to leave Adepticon before I can enter MAA. What do you mean?
Oh, unless you're doing it from a day. Yeah.
Then you're not even at Adepticon, because from day one you can enter. Why would you be leaving Adepticon on Thursday?
Is your question?
It doesn't start.
You
mean before it's over?
I think that's what you meant to say, Joel B.
As long as you bring your model during the show, you can get feedback.
Yeah.
And we'll be done judging like Saturday.
Yeah. And I just so that you're clear though, Joel, make sure you do bring them because there's going to be many opportunities for feedback. And like I said, that is coming out.
I may be misreading what you meant.
I think so too. You may make sure that you type that out right, Joel.
Ta-da.
The Grand Deceiver says, "Oh, you're getting there Friday and leaving Saturday afternoon."
Yeah, you can still bring it by the booth.
Uh-huh.
It'll be plenty of time. Plenty of time.
We have time for you, Joel.
This is a guy we put 2 layers on already. We did the green, then we did the lighter green, but it's like his pants color, which doesn't make sense. So now we're going to take a very thinned down version of OneStep Royal Purple on here. Just thin with water. You don't have to thin anything special here. And this is still wet, right? So I'm going to show you what's going to happen as we wet blend kind of the purple into that last green, because I didn't even give it time to dry, right?
Somewhat Civil says, "I hate to ask, I am becoming an army painter and wargamer.
Sure, great.
No more just painting D&D minis.
Awesome.
Lumineth, white armor, blue steel metal, silver trim. What should I base coat it in?"
I like dark blues or purples, right? That's actually a good color.
Yeah.
Actually a good color. Me like it. But you notice how it didn't reactivate. It didn't move the green underneath and clear it out, even though the green was still wet. It just blends with it. Now, if this been the first coat, it probably would have torn it. But because we had a dry coat underneath, I'm safe doing that. But that allows us to get a new color going on that. Yep. Likey. I think I might do that on one of the blue dudes. Oh, no, I only have 3 blue dudes. I could do like a thin purple on one of the blue dudes, though, huh? The thin purple on this blue dude. Again, a brush load of water, so it's not... I have a lot of material on here, but not... I've diluted the pigment, right? And then I can kind of just put it over the top.
And also, if you all, just so that you're aware...
Oh, that's good.
We've been... you'll see that link. All the MAA information is in that link, so you can go check it out for yourself as well. Hey, Chris Forson, what's going on? Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, Raiders.
Chris, what's happening, baby? All right.
Welcome in, Raiders. We're painting up some Star Wars Legion, and by we, I mean Jason, and by Jason, I mean all of us.
That's a lot to stomach there, buddy.
Welcome in, Raiders. Hey, dude, how are you guys?
Showing off
We're doing great.
Of our one-step colors that are coming out. Showing different ways to use them, layering them up. That's purple over blue, royal purple over blue. So you can use them on top of one another. They don't re-wet. They do really great color blending and gradients that way. So you can look like more of a pro with less effort. Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, I missed what you put over this dude.
That was just the purple, yeah.
That was purple?
Yeah, purple over that green.
You slide.
I didn't thin it quite as much as I did over the blue, right?
I like
so over the blue, it's just going to add purple shadows because I thinned it so low. Right, but over the green, it actually gave us kind of that brown that the purple and green will do. That deep kind of browning out of the color, which gives me a neat color that pulls his skin away from the green of the pants.
Yeah.
That was just a bad ploy on my part. But I think my favorite so far has been this mix that we did with the green, the yellow.
Oh, this little thing you've done here, pretty cool.
This is all just for everybody that's just tuning in. These are our new one-step colors. They are all these models are all just one coat of paint, unless I was doing color filtering over the top. But they're all one step. They're all just one coat of paint over a dark purple and taupe zenithal highlight. So you can see the shadows are a little bit purple. Yeah. The taupe is acting as our white, and then it's just one coat of paint over everything else. So to give you an idea of how our one-step paints look, you can get a lot of work done very, very quick with these. I don't plan on highlighting much, if anything, other than maybe a quick dry brush on the guns to give them a little bit of shine to pull them out material-wise. But my plan for taking these to Adepticon and playing against the AMG team is to just have them be one-step. I just want to show it off. I will be painting the bases more because I'll put our texture paste down and then I'll paint and dry brush those. Yeah. Those will not be with one-step. But other than that, the models themselves will all be just the one-step, which I'm having a blast with. So, these guys are, other than a few detailed touch-ups, these guys are pretty much done because I'm leaving all the sweaters white.
Oh, Ron's got a great question. How well do your paints work with an airbrush?
Fantastic. We airbrush a ton.
Can I see one-steps with some metallics on a texture trainer? Says Mr. Pink.
Mixing with metallics? Yes.
Well. Isn't it so convenient?
I happen to have a warrior texture or a hunter texture trainer here that would be perfect for this. What color metallic would you like to see? You want me to make a black metallic? You want me to go like deep in the woods and use the metallic medium with the black one-step and see what we get? You want to go that far?
Oh, Gandalf.
You want to go that far? You want to get crazy?
Magic and prunes?
Let's get crazy. Let's use black one-step and metallic medium. So we'll turn the one-steps into metallic, and then I can also show you just mixing a metallic paint with the one-step medium, right? So let's show you the one way because I want to do that.
Dan's asking, how are the one-steps in comparison to the transparent paints? I imagine less saturated.
No, I mean, I would say that saturation is one thing. Color and vibrancy through saturation is going to be very equal to the transparency. Opacity is much reduced.
Yeah.
So transparency will allow value to show through them right out of the bottle. Then you start thinning them and they will start allowing color and value to show through, okay? So when you have opacity, you're talking about at very minimal translucence, so it's opaque paint, you thin it a little bit, it'll let white and black zenithal show through, but not really the color. So if you did like a purple underneath transparent blue, you're not gonna get much purple, it's just gonna be a darker blue. But with the one-step colors, when you put them over color, they're going to show both color and value. So that's the difference. And of course the difference also in the fact that the one-step medium acts like a wash. It pulls more pigment into recesses, so it gets its own shading or buildup of color and variations to give you more contrast. So they're kind of like a hybrid between the transparent and a wash, but totally different than either one. So you couldn't mix the transparents with the glazed wash medium and get them to do what One-Step does. It is a totally separate resin, same resin, but totally separate concoction that run behind it chemically that gets its flow across surfaces to be totally different, and still has a high tint strength, because washes, you don't want to have a high tint strength. You don't want to put a black wash on and have it make the model black. It just wants to form a simple gradient across top surfaces and then build up black in the low spots. Whereas the One-Step will build up more in black in the low spots, but also have a good tint effect across the entire surface. So, okay, so first things first, we want to take the metallic medium.
Metallic medium.
Right.
And what are you doing, Jason?
I'm making metallic black for this gun.
Okay.
Right. So it'll be like a gunmetal, because our black is dark blue black. Right. So I'll take some metallic medium. I'm going to throw that in there. More than I need. This stuff is like gold, by the way. The metallic medium, if I told you how much it cost us to make it, you'd freaking drop your jaw. I think we lose money on every bottle we sell. One-step medium, because I have to turn, anytime you're mixing an opaque color in with one-step, you want to basically turn it into a one-step color first. You take some of the medium. Okay. This is something that you want to mix about a 2-to-1. So that much, and then, we'll move it over here so you can see, but I will do about that much medium. Right, okay. So you can see about what looks to be about 2-to-1. Right, I'd be a little aggressive with it because we have so much metal flake in here.
Yeah.
Right. Use the butt end of your brush. I know it goes without saying, but don't use the hairs of your brush to mix your paint. Use the wood stick. Be smart. Don't ruin your brush while mixing. Now what we have is one-step metallic medium. This would be a great glaze over other colors to turn them metallic. This would have enough metallic in it to still give you the shine, but it won't have any opacity or color, really. It has a little bit of opacity because of the metal flake, or the mica, but it doesn't have any color, right? I guess I say that. It'll have a little bit of a pearlescent white sheen because of the mica. But you could do this. As a matter of fact, let's just take a test model and show you. I can make something metallic. This poor guy. Wow. Poor guy. We'll just go right over his belly with it. Right? So if you take this, you would notice that I still would be able to use this like an instant glaze, but it will take and suspend all that metal flake in there, so you'll get the shine of the metal flake coming out. Now I know it's wet, so it's going to be hard to tell. We'll let that dry and I'll show you. So now you have basically metallic one-step that doesn't have much or any pigment in it. So it's just a clear metallic. So now that it is a one-step paint with metal flake, you have basically one-step metal medium. So you can take the metallic medium and make it so much more powerful now, because now I'm going to take it and put it into our dark blue black. Have I used this? Yes, I have.
Okay.
So first step first, turn this into one-step, 2-to-1 mix.
Okay.
You can err to the side of caution for 3-to-1, but remember, you are going to start diluting a lot after that. It's not like our glazed wash medium. You don't have to go crazy with it. It's like magic. And here I just want to go basically 1-to-1, right? So I'm just going to put, quite a bit of dark blue black in there. There you go. You can see it doesn't really lighten the color much, if anything, other than the metal flake, like I said, is going to desaturate the color a bit. And all this is done with no tricks. This is all just the one-step medium and the colors. No water necessary. Super simple to mix. Gives you a great glaze if you want to use it in low volume, but when we're going to put it on like we're going to do here, right? Just take it, no more extra water on my brush or anything, and we're just going to go for it. That's a lot of paint. I'm just flooding the surface so you can tell that it's no trickery. I'm going to be able to move a lot of this paint around, or it's going to pool up. But nothing special you got to do, really.
Let's zoom in one.
You're zooming in?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do the front and the edges here.
And remind the people what this mix is one more time.
This is the dark blue-black one-step with our metallic medium. So basically turning a one-step color into a metallic. And then we'll show you how to turn a metallic color into one-step, which we've basically done here, but without, the metallic medium as opposed to a colored metallic. Right? I'm going to load a little bit more up here. I think I went a little too thin. Stretching it. I think it matched the rest of that body of the gun. Okay. We'll set that aside and come back to it. But that's all. Slather it on. Make sure I don't hit my Star Wars models with it.
Okay.
That's one way. Now you can take so that basically allows you to take the one-step colors and turn them into metallics, right? Now if you want to take one of our current metallics, pick a color. What do we want? Magnesium? One of the darker ones?
Do magnesium.
Magnesium?
Yep.
Not a touch of bronze?
You could do bronze.
Okay, bronze.
Do bronze.
Bronze or dark bronze?
Do bronze.
Bronze, okay.
Maybe over the axe.
Bronze over the axe.
Yeah. Oh gosh, look at those texture trainers, just so ready for you.
He's this is his he's begging for accolades here, chat. So.
I'm not begging for accolades. I just like it when you use the texture trainers for their sole beautiful purpose on this planet. Oh yeah, look at that touch of bronze just getting all up in there. Yeah. It's good.
I think Chris is in his version of heaven.
Come on
right now.
He's going to put some special sauce all up on that touch of bronze.
Super says no tricks. Just, again, I'll show you. So there's the amount of bronze we have.
Can you scoot over a little bit?
I'll probably do about like that.
There.
I'll call that 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
It might be 3 to 1. I don't know. The magic of one-step is that it plays so well with the regular line. You can do this with any color. It doesn't have to be metallics. Any color you like. You like pyro red, you like jade, dark jade, bright turquoise, whatever you want. Mix it in with one-step. You don't have to spend a lot of one-step to do this, right? 2 to 1, not a lot of paint wasted at all. Very, very good outcome here. So, this one. I want the bigger brush. Bigger brush.
Texture Trainer is the models we produce for this exact reason. They're to train and test and use and paint up however you like.
Yep, if you're trying to do a new technique and you're not 100% confident, these are the best models because they have lots of shapes, lots of ways to use the paint on them.
Yeah.
To try things like, non-metallic metal, texturing leather, color schemes, you name it. Right.
Can you center up a little?
I am exactly centered. You need to move your camera.
Can't. It's impossible.
Hand tilt zoom, baby.
I need a
PTZ.
I need a budget.
You need a budget. I told you, NASA.
I'm gonna look that up after this.
What the budget for NASA is?
No. You said specifically to send somebody to the moon. What was NASA's budget?
Oh, I don't even want to know.
That's the budget I get to work with, mister.
I don't even want to know.
Well, that's cool.
Like, I literally don't want to know what
So
you're going to come back with. How many bajillions of dollars are you going to come back with here?
The original moon landing budget?
Right, yeah.
We'll go back.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, they can't even find the freaking, what do they call it? What did they say it was? Not the trajectory analysis. I forget what it was. They can't find the tapes to get back, they say. So I don't trust them to remember what the budget was. So all bets are off.
We'll get those PTZ cameras.
All bets are off. All bets are off. There you go. I slopped it a little heavy, so I got a couple of little bubbles I probably want to clean up, but we'll see how it works.
You have any tips as you're applying metallics with this in general?
No, they're going to be a little bit thicker because of the metallic in the paint.
Right.
So the only thing that I'm seeing is that because I went on so thick and slopped it on like I did with the blue-black, that I got a couple of bubbles, right? But only a few. So just pop those with your brush and you're fine.
Yum, yum, yum.
Also a big flat slob of
That's true.
space too. So,
You could do that over the gauntlet too.
well, we could do it over this yellow.
You could do it over whatever you want.
I can do it over the yellow.
World's your oyster.
This was done with nickel azo yellow from our expert line. We can show you what happens when we do it over another color, because remember, you can still do things like chromatic base coats for them and have that show through, because the lowered opacity of the OneStep is going to play really nicely with undercoats. So depending on how you like to do that, you might have some really, really cool things happen, especially with metallics, right? Because you can already tell that's looking really cool.
Yeah, that is over a colored base like that, Jason. Look at the bottom of that pauldron there. That's a cool effect.
And I'm being a little bit easier with my application, so I'm not getting those bubbles this time. One right there. That Gabe guy. Gabe guy's here, Chris. You tell him his brother made me late today. This is a big sigh, Chris.
Nice.
Oh, on the inside. No.
Could you make there was a couple questions about this, Jason.
That's actually really cool.
Could you make these in empty?
Underneath it, but the yellow with the bronze is really neat.
Could you make these in empty bottles and then keep these mixes for a while?
Sure. Yeah.
There you go.
100%. Just like any paint, you can mix them up. You will, because the OneStep medium causes the paints to settle differently than the normal colors. You will just need to make sure that you put an agitator in it and shake it up each time.
Yeah.
They reconstitute perfectly, but the medium does separate very quickly. So.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's really, really good. Right. So we've got. It's hard to tell because some of the paint is still wet, but that's got a good amount of metallic sheen to it as well.
Yeah.
So that made a really good gunmetal metallic out of that.
Nice.
Even when mixing in the metallic medium into it. And that's giving us the contrast we want out of it too. So that's showing how beneficial it can be to just kind of mix it in and make your own colors. I'm liking
Malev
it.
says yellow under bronze is kind of lit. That's what
pretty
I was
good,
saying.
Right?
Good stuff.
I don't know that I would have thought about that, but I like the yellow under the bronze. It's kind of fun. It makes it gold, but it's kind of a nice tarnished,
Yeah.
That angle right there on the pauldron is really.
Yeah.
I dig it. I would say that it definitely needs more detail, right? Because on the flat side of the axe, it's a little splotchy. Right? You can see my brush strokes.
Yeah.
So maybe thin that down a little bit more before we apply it, or do a second coat, something like that.
There you go.
We did that same thing when doing all of the scale mail and chain mail and such for my little Baron's War models. This was magnesium with the OneStep, and it was done over all of this, and it just works flawlessly. Gives you a really good metallic while still shading in between there, and you can imagine like just doing a quick dry brush over this of another metallic like silver or something, and you get a really good look.
Yeah. You could do like a steel or a silver over that.
Yeah, I forget, we did one guy where I think we took
White gold.
didn't we?
You gotta clean up your desk, Jason. You got a lot of models up there.
Yeah, I don't remember what we did. I think this is the guy. We did him with like I think silver, and we just highlighted it, quick brush highlight with silver. And it works really good. The shading from the magnesium and the OneStep. Again, just a fast way to apply paint. I mean, if nothing else, it makes the metallic flow so nicely that you don't have to spend a lot of time covering and doing base coats.
There you go.
Oh, that's dried. And you can see
shiny.
The metallic shiny put over his belly.
His belly.
You can see the way it was. The belly down here wasn't shiny at all. And then up here where we did just the metallic medium on its own, right? That's all dry now.
Yeah.
Right? But that gives you the metallic medium as a glaze. That's actually really cool to be able to glaze that over colors with the OneStep medium, and the metallic medium gives you that really nice metallic sheen over other colors. So if you have a really good base coat you like, put that over the top and turn it metallic. That's pretty good. Because you can tell like the belly color down here where I didn't put the medium, and up here, it didn't change the color too much. It didn't lighten it up too much or darken it too much. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I hadn't done that before, so
That's cool.
That's a fun test to just the metallic medium, and the one-step special sauce gives you a really cool way to glaze metallic more controllably now. So that's a lot of fun.
I need to reprime that guy. He's taking some.
probably.
He's taking some.
That poor guy's been around. He's that's where the original test of one-step started occurring. Was on his belly.
I got to reprime all those.
He also has like an Imperial Fist logo painted.
That thing's been.
These guys get brutalized around here. We are not nice to our test models around here, folks.
You got to clean up up there, Jason.
I don't have to do anything. It's the tone, chat.
Did y'all hear that? My.
My favorite thing today is this.
The Goblin Green.
Yeah, it's just that's so good. You could get this by just doing a little bit of dark green into the yellow. I had to put white back into it because we just put a little bit of yellow into dark green and it was too dark. But a little bit of green into the yellow and you would get this, and that's perfect. Like the shading on that is just perfect. Right? You don't even have to do anything else. I wouldn't even highlight that guy. It's just perfect. Da-da-da.
All right. That's it, chat. That's all she wrote.
Somewhat civil. They forget who runs this place.
For now.
They forget who runs this. Who's the boss? Who does number 2 work for? What is what? What is what? That's your camera.
Oh, it's 1 second.
What are you talking about?
Okay, sorry.
It was your monitor corner.
It was my monitor corner. I'm like, what the heck?
Paid professional, chat. Yeah, this would be great for orc flesh or whatever. I think goblins would be perfect. Right?
That's a great.
It's a little too bright for me for orcs, but if you wanted that, you could do it, and then you could shade it again.
Can we name it One Step Goblin Green?
No, we don't name colors that way, Chris.
We do this one. You like that?
No.
We do this one.
No, I don't. I don't. We'll talk to your father. We'll talk to your father about it when he gets home. Fisters! Everybody, as always, thanks for hanging out with us and watching some paint dry. Was that one you made, or did you use dark yellow green and special sauce? I used the special sauce dark green, special sauce warm yellow, and because I mixed a little bit of yellow into the green, it was too dark, so I used special sauce white.
That doesn't exist until...
Which doesn't exist for you guys. That's a cheater color
when
that I have.
When is that one coming out?
Set 2.
Set 2? Okay.
Yeah. We will have... I'm hoping that I'll have the white for you to test at Adepticon. I'll have the other 12... the next 12 colors will be at Adepticon for people that are attending to test, but not for sale. And the white will be there to test. So, assuming it hits where I want it to before then. I still have some working to do on it, but that's my hope.
Nice.
But you could do this out of the one step warm yellow with just a little bit of green in it would give you this. I just mixed it the other way and it was too dark. So I put some of the white in it again so I didn't have to throw away what we mixed. But I think that turned out great. Right?
You'll be there. Nice.
You can't argue with the effect you get out of these paints in one coat. That's why we call it one step. I really believe that I'm confident enough in this that, like I said, these models are going to go to Adepticon like this, and I don't have any shame in my game to say, yeah, that's just all one step. That's if you want to paint armies or RPGs or Zombicide or whatever, this will get you all the way there and still not limit you for being able to take it to the next step if you want to. If you want to glaze and layer and put more color on them, go for it. You can turn them into whatever you want.
Mr. Pink, will set 2 be coming this year, Jason?
Oh, yeah. We plan to have 4 sets this year. You'll be at the end of the line before Christmas.
You guys are...
You're in for a treat.
Yeah.
Like, we should have the entire set of 36 to 42 colors before the end of the year. This is a big project for us, and we plan to release them all in as close a sequence as possible. It won't be month, but it'll be very close.
Yeah, you'll get them.
Like I said, the next 12 colors will be, I hope, formulated and ready before Adepticon, which means that we just have to do the bulk mixing after Adepticon. And so if we release set 1 in May, then probably, maybe for July 4th for our birthday weekend release, we'll do set 2. And then, maybe then September and then Black Friday. That would be my perfect plan thing, is that by Black Friday, you have all of them available to you. We are committed to getting them out the door, as long as you guys like them. Remember, it really has to meet the community's needs before I back it 100%. That's why I didn't want to release 42 colors, right? I want to see how you guys like them. Do you have any comments? Do you have any things you wish it did differently? Because I can still change formulation. So But I'm really, really happy with them personally, and so I'm expecting that they hit a home run with everybody because I think it's going to be really, really good.
I think so too.
That color turned out really good too.
All right, Jason.
That was the dark florange.
Take us out.
I did. I said thank you.
You did. You did indeed.
Everybody, put your boy on the testers list. Malev, you should. Gabe runs all that, so blame Gabe.
Gabe.
That's Gabe's gig.
Put Malev on your list.
We're throwing you under the bus, Gabe. He says you're on his list, Malev. He's in there yelling and screaming at us. But no, all of these sets just started being made yesterday. We showed off the first set on the stream yesterday. Did you steal it?
Yeah, that's right.
You have it? Oh, sorry. I'm not even paying attention. So we showed the first of the one-step paints sets. So the full set. This has got a full 12 color. We gave it away yesterday.
Yes.
Right? Frigid Phoenix.
Frigid Phoenix.
A local.
Yeah.
He gets to come pick this up out of our dirty little hands.
He's picking it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's going to come over here, and I'm going to take a picture, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, so that gives you a look. That is the box, the sellable retail box. It has
paints in it.
12 one-step paints in it. So this is the way it's going to be at Adepticon. You'll be able to buy your set plus rust. We do have the rust color that will be limited at Adepticon, but rust should be in either expansion set 2 or 3, depending on how nice I am. Rust is a fantastic color. But rust will be coming in one of the next sets. And yeah, so it's good to go. It's real, chat. Yesterday when I went over there and I was able to steal this, right? It just felt like
real.
This is what you do this for as a manufacturer. You're like, oh, we did it, chat. So it's good.
Real.
Good stuff. So thank you everybody for hanging tight with us. Make sure if you're new around here, hit the follow or the subscribe button. Remember, we do this Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time. MST here from Phoenix, Arizona, Studio HQ.
That's
we
right.
love being able to paint and have fun and tell bad jokes with you guys and gals. So make sure to tune in every chance you get. We'd love to see you back. And make sure to hit the links that Chris put up in chat, monumenthobbies.com, monumenthobbies.eu, where you can pick up some pro acrylic brushes, hobby supplies, everything you need to turn that pile of shame into something to be proud of. We hope you visit us as often as you like.
Yep.
Try our stuff.
That's right.
Buy our paint. There you go. That's marketing. That's called marketing, right? Eat our burgers. No, wait. So stick around. Join the Discord. Closing in on 7,000 amazing artists just like you guys over on the Discord. Great place to find inspiration. Listen to some really bad jokes.
Yeah.
If you think it's bad here, it's even better there.
Yep.
Right? Better, and by better meaning worse or better. It depends on your personality. What we'd love to see over on the Discord. It's a great group. And then make sure to stick around because Chris is going to find us somebody to raid. There'll be more hobby goodness as you go off into your evening on a Thursday. Don't do anything we wouldn't do, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow, gang. Adios.